I will address this part of the situation, right? The revolt thing. I think that I know I hear that saying everything in the dark comes to the light. You've been hearing that. We need to focus on that if we're gonna talk about that shit. Let's deal with the real devils that's out there as well. I mean, you know, he did what he say, he a devil as well, but I'm talking about the real devils. You feel me? That's burning up whole entire countries. You feel me? Like, we're gonna really talk about some devils. You feel me? Like, if we gonna really go there, like, I think it's so many wars going on right now. And for me, and here's this thing, regardless of whether he's guilty and the most evilest little dude in the industry, you know what I'm saying, he still has to be a puppet for the real masters of the game, and we'll never see them get shut down. You feel me? But that's not even really I wanted to come and talk about. I just know y'all like talking about this type of shit. So, no, for real, man. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't grew up with a lot of women, so I ain't never become like that. What, like Dame said, chatty patty. But when it comes to revolt, now revolt is a different conversation. No, I ain't by revolt. You know what I'm saying? They should have gave it to me. I would have turned revolt around. It would have definitely been right. Been a revolt, but I do know who bought it, though. I definitely do know who bought it. And I understand why he wants to stay anonymous, because right now the brand name, you know what I mean, doesn't really have that much value at the point. Because Diddy was revolt, if we really being honest. Diddy was revolt. So when we talk about revolt, you know what I mean, it's hard to distinguish the legacy of Diddy and the revolt name. Now, what's more important in the time that we living in right now, though, is I believe that this is it's a time of transition for black media. You know what I'm saying? Like real black media. I think what Revolt actually, I thought, number one, it was one of the dopest platforms that hired a large amount of black people. Large amount. Every time I went over there to Revolt, it was black presidents, CEOs, managers, stagehands, assistants, security, doormen. You know what I mean? It was probably the most blackest operation in all of media, right? And that's saying a lot, because even like Tyler Perry ain't hiring that many black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of them is hiring that many black people. And that's really the sad thing about this whole entire thing, because you had a lot of people whose careers were into that. People that doing PR, people that are videographers. You have all of these different shows that was being ran on Revolt, because they had their linear cable channel model, you know what I'm saying, that was pushing it. I did the show with Teslin where I was a guest host. No, Revolt didn't keep their word with me and give me no deal and no shows, even though I had a hit show and we had more views probably than all of their shows combined, mostly their shows besides like Drink Champs. You know, they still ain't honor their word, you know what I mean? But you know, that is what it is. That ain't the reason for their downfall, you know what I'm saying? Even though they would have had a hit show. It would have helped. It would have helped. It would have helped with the evaluation. It would have helped with the evaluation, that's for sure. You know, Revolt had the opportunity when we seen what they did with, I think the best Revolt that they had was the one they had with Killer Mike, T.I., Candace Owens that year, where they kind of went political. Then, of course, Diddy had gotten into some trouble with Jewish people because of Minister Farrakhan, and then, you know what I'm saying, and then the Kanye situation, and then they got in trouble, and then they kicked off. They had to switch from AT&T, and then I think they got Walmart or McDonald's or something like that, and then they was able to do a different one. But now we at this stage in time, man, where my focus really is on black media. You know what I'm saying? And if we can create our own shows and have these narratives for creating our own, and to signal our own messaging and create our own narratives, that's more important than any and everything that's out there. But I'm not talking about that scared, weak black media. I'm talking about free. I ain't talking about the bourgeoisie, you know what I'm saying? Afraid to put some of the more non-safe people on the platforms. I think that the diversity of black America doesn't really get to be showed. And that's the one thing I can say that I appreciated about Revolt, is they wasn't afraid, or as afraid as a lot of these people that had me on the platform. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't. They had me on there a couple of times. Like I said, they ain't give me no show or nothing like that. We just jumped in and out. You feel me? But what they were trying to do was teeter on this edge, right, of being a edgy black space. But they had appetizers, and appetizers don't really let you go that far because they would just pull the money. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to understand the way this whole entire operation works. Everything, every single thing in America, especially when you're talking about big money and you're talking about billionaires, it always deals with money. You follow the money and you'll find the root cause and the intent of all of this. So while you may be watching the show play out and you may be clicking for likes and laughing and having a joyous, you know, it's a war. When you see things playing out like this, you got to understand who's pulling the strings behind the scenes. That's what I think about. You know what I'm saying? There's always a war. Listen, especially when you get to that level, because you have to have a war financed against you when you have that much money to fight the war that's going against you, right? So, and on paper, Diddy's a billionaire. So you got to ask yourself who he at war with, what's really going on in any of these situations, whether it's a white man or a black man. There ain't no billionaire, no a deca-millionaire that has been taken down, and then you ain't gonna follow the breadcrumbs and his enemy is on the other side, or are they directly in correlation to some money? Because business is warfare. That's just a fact of life. So most people can't even, because most people got artificial intelligence. They only know how to react to things. You program with habits. You don't know how to see beyond the veil. You don't know how to actually read behind the scenes and understand news and see the codes that's going on. We just get programmed with the low-hanging fruit. Oh, Diddy a little freaky dude. You know what I mean? He did some freaky tales. That's the low-hanging fruit. If he been able to get away with what he been doing all these years, it's a very good reason of a why now. And we ask that in every situation. And in America, as you deal with anything, there's no exceptions to this list. There's always a reason on why now. Or who did you mess with? Or what deal wasn't right? Right? Or what's being covered up? If you can't ask yourself questions of why, you'll never understand reality. That's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's just a fact. What you watch, you should watch that show Billions. That show Billions is a great show because it really shows you the warfare of business and how they go at each other. You know what I'm saying? And how things really operate behind the scenes. The average person don't even have enough money to understand the way money fight. Don't even understand the way money operates. Somebody has to pull the strings in the media. Somebody has to pull the strings with the district DA. That boy had Homeland Security go after him. Like and we in political season, and it's way more newsworthy things going on, to be honest, right now at the same exact time. And I ain't just talking about, you know, artificial intelligence and the technology boom that's happening right now, and all the cryptos that's flying up, and you missing all of them opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Missing all those opportunities. Yeah, there's so many people that when we look into 2025 and you get over there 2026, 2030, you gonna have to like look yourself in the mirror, look your children in the mirror and be like, man, how come you spend so much time talking about Diddy, Daddy, and you ain't get you no money? You know what I'm saying, Mama? How come you know everybody else's business, but you ain't got a business of your own? Man, you gotta distract yourself out of all your opportunities. And all this requires focus. This is going to be I said at the beginning, it's the biggest year of distractions. Cat Williams came out shooting with all the distractions when we first started the year off. It's like getting out of the bed and you stub your toe in unless you know how the rest of the day go because you constantly thinking about this. That's how it was with that Cat Williams interview. He got everybody gossiping and it became a rolling train of it. Even though this is the time we need to focus the most. I'm be honest, man, it ain't a celebrity that interesting that's going to stop me from getting my opportunities. You know what I'm saying? If there was an AI that right now to where I can cut off all gossip off my phone, it would just edit it where I don't get to see it in my algorithm. Done. I got too many people I follow. I got to go down the list and just unfollow people because I really don't want to see that much stuff. It's so many opportunities. I be going to the other side of the internet, you know, where the smart people live, right? And all they talk about is intelligent things. All they talk about is like money and technology, innovation and science and the future, right? Philosophy and change and strategies and skills, right? Like that side of the internet, that's my favorite side. This side is ghetto. You know what I'm saying? This side is a barbershop and a nail salon full of gossip, broke people trying to look good for rich people or other broke people. You feel me? Like, I don't think how much of y'all know that how much richer you would be that if you could only focus your mind. You feel me? But here's the thing, like I said, I don't like being on the dumb side of the internet. But as soon as I say, Diddy, let's talk about it, it's 1,000, 2,000 people. If I say, yo, it's 10 ways to get yourself together, get your family together, build some wealth, strategies as instrumental in, you know, your next level of life, man, people ain't rushing to their opportunities.